I should have yelled too.
The Escape Pod.
Welcome to the Escape Pods. I'm Jezbot.
I'm Timmy Taco.
And I'm Danoz.
He's back.
It's good. It's good to have a guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Clarky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a guest.
It was a first timer.
Yep.
It was good. But,
Good.
you know, Tim and I cranked out like 2 or 3 by ourselves. Just
Yeah.
That same week. Yep.
I'm
crank
surprised
up.
you haven't run out of things to talk about.
I think that's going to happen tonight.
Okay, bugger.
Yeah, in the next 5 minutes.
So what have you got to talk about?
Well, I did want to bring one thing up with you. I went to a really hip happening funk soul gig in Warrawee Park in Oakley, of all places.
Another gig.
You really must go.
Oh,
yeah.
cool. Really must go. I haven't done that for a while.
Yeah, super. Well, I didn't do a really must go, but I'm telling you, you really must go. Maybe next year.
Yeah. What was it?
It was Bamboos were headlining. They also had Linda Bull was there, and The Meltdown, who are pretty super funky as well.
Okay.
So,
Similar to Bamboos.
Yep, similar.
Which is that funk soul.
Yep.
Mikey
Break
T's tight with one of the Meltdown crew.
Right.
Yeah, very cool.
Oh, the host
very
Mikey
cool.
T, isn't
But I thought I'd bring it up because there was an abundance of food trucks, and I know we've discussed food trucks previously on the
Has come up.
the pod. Jeremy's secret idea, dim sims.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's actually going to be.
Well,
it's going to be called Tim.
well,
Tim
Tim Sims.
Oh, Tim Sims. Well, my
He's going to
takeaway.
get me to work there, and he's just going to
Yes.
yeah, point fingers and
Yeah.
and
I'm going to
Slack
be the
off.
one that going to massive debt.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my takeaway from the event was that there was a distinct lack of dim sims.
Okay.
Food trucks have.
take away as a pun.
Can I claim it as a
Yes.
pun, even though
Yes.
perhaps it wasn't intentional?
Okay.
Yeah.
No dim
So,
sims.
no dim sims.
So there's a market.
Well, what I'm
Wide
picking up
open.
is food trucks have gone so far the other way, away from your
What,
yeah.
So fancy now.
so
How
fancy
about,
pants.
how about this? People don't want dim sims.
I want dim sims.
Oh, you wanted one
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I think your business idea is great.
Thank you, Dan.
that's because
Yeah.
you were in the podcast when we were talking about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know if you would be walking around going, "Just want a dim sim."
I don't know.
Well,
I think
I've got some questions. How many trucks?
well, there was probably I would say eight trucks. Truck number 1,
You've got your
Spanish style paella,
Okay.
which is
Payola.
really it's got potential. Second truck was corn.
just corn.
Yeah, didn't have much of a line.
See, I tried to
Corn
push-
in the can? Because we were talking about corn in the can the other day.
I like corn in a can.
Would you eat it direct out of the can?
Yes,
Would you? What would
as
you
a
eat it-
lunch treat?
yes.
Would you eat it waiting for me to pick you up from the station? I rock up and you're eating a can of corn
I probably would. Yes,
across from a supermarket?
yes. I would do
Okay.
that. What's wrong with that? That's
Oh,
just
there's
sitting
all
there-
those
sitting there-
choices, and you've got 85 cents to spend on a can. Couldn't you get something better for 85 cents?
it's got nutritional value.
Does it though?
Well, it's got more nutritional value than a fucking Freddo.
Or a
can of-
celery stick?
Well,
what about
yeah,
a
I think
tin of beans?
yeah, you could go tin of beans, but
Some people aren't into beans. Some
yeah,
people like
yeah,
corn.
yeah, and
Who
they
are
can
we to judge?
they can often lead to flatulence.
Right.
Can.
So you got your corn van.
Yeah.
What else?
So not much of a queue there, as you as you would expect. It's a bit of corn on the cob is nice, but boring.
When I was emceeing sorry to cut you off. I was
Yeah.
emceeing that school fete. You really must go. And that was the ladies kept coming up to me going, "Please, for God's sakes, push the corn.
Push the corn."
No one's eating the corn. They had these barrels and barrels of corn.
Yeah. Well, I actually work in downtown Dandy, and twice a week they open up their Dandy market, and they've got like food stalls and all that kind of shit. And all of them do quite a good trade, except for the corn vendor.
What about the popcorn guy?
No popcorn guy.
They
They
probably would do really well. It's just when it's in a cob.
So
no,
There
it's
you
not
go.
in a cob. In Dandenong, they put it in a little polystyrene cup, add a knob of butter, shake, serve, $4. Rip off.
$4.
Well,
Rip off.
yeah. Well, that's your problem.
Well, not only that, corn is boring.
Yeah. Where's
Like-
the cheese?
like-
Put
like
something on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like corn. Don't get me wrong, but
But
You're not
boring.
anti-corn.
Yeah.
yeah,
Not boring.
we're
It
not
is boring.
anti-corn.
We're not anti-corn. If
Yeah.
you're a corn farmer out there
Yeah.
and you listen to this
Yeah.
state pod, please.
If you're a
Yeah.
corn cobber,
You're a cobber to
Yeah.
us. We
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've gone off.
So
the,
sorry, third truck, Korean. So
Good.
that was the selection I chose. I went for the beef bulgogi with chili
bulgogis with extra bulgogi.
with a little bit of extra kimchi
Okay.
because I do like my fermented
and,
cabbage.
and are the menu items? It's limited. Is it,
Yeah,
you've got
it's
like 4
limited.
things,
Well,
yeah?
well, that was the other thing I was going to touch on. Remember when we were discussing Tim Sims and how it was a great business model,
And you said wontons.
and I said wontons, but that's besides the point. What we decided was a winner was make the dim sims as small as fucking possible and charge 3 times
Twice
as
as
much.
much.
Slider dim sim.
Yeah. So my takeaway from the fucking Korean was quite tasty, but literally three spoons of rice in the bottom. It was like, are you fucking joking me?
Travesty. Well, last night on Facebook, one of our long-time listeners, Christian over in Tassie, posted up in disgrace this photo of I've just been down to the fish and chip shop. This is what $6 worth of fish and chips is now, and I counted out about maybe 100 chips.
You see,
So
that's
it was like
100.
Yeah, on the photo it was like I just
100 sounds like a lot of chips.
no,
It's
no.
not a
But
lot
if
of
you would
chips.
see, if you to see 100 chips, you're feeding a family with $6 worth of chips.
Once upon a time.
Well,
Now,
what's that? Is
no,
that
but
maximum
remember,
chips or minimum chips?
remember, minimum chips used to be at like $1, and you used to walk away with a
with a bag, a
bag.
kilo. Yeah.
yeah, because potatoes are cheap, just like
yeah.
corn.
Good margin in
and you
chips.
can't be
Good
putting
margin.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just
Chips
trying
and
to find
corn. Chips and corn.
Yeah. So
Yeah, here we go. Here's the photo, Dan. This is what 100 chips. We'll post this on. That's $6 worth of chips.
that's
right?
not 100 chips. That's like a good 35 chips.
That's
There
not.
you
That's
go.
not.
It
There's
doesn't-
not that
it
many.
doesn't look
That's
like
that's
many,
not even a
does it?
bucket of chips.
It's not a bucket of chips. And so if you're paying $6 for that, I type back, I'm annoyed.
Well,
Yeah.
but you didn't ask him if he bought it from a food van, because if he did, that's fucking value for money.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
actually
went.
done well.
Yeah.
What was the most wackadoodle dandy truck there?
Well, there was the longest queue. Actually, was the truck that did sell your traditional hot chips.
Yeah.
That was a mile
winner.
long. It was about a half an hour line, whereas everyone else is maybe 1, maybe 2 people in front of you, and you're in like Flynn.
You got to stick with what you know, guys.
the Nutella covered crepes.
Yeah.
Not so.
Sweeties.
Yeah, not-
Sweeties, sweetie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't go down so well.
Okay.
But the other thing I noticed about these free gigs is they, as with all live music, outdoor venues, they have that sectioned off alcohol area where you
Okay,
can
yeah.
go and buy a $8.50 can of VB.
Yeah, sure.
But outside that little white sectioned off area, everyone was just going straight for the bottles of champagne, red wine,
Out of their bags.
slabs out of their
Yeah.
eskies, and it was great fun on the outside.
This is Oakley,
Yeah, it's awesome.
in that park there where
Yeah.
the cemetery
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Hmm.
You know where the really large sort of pine tree is, and then they've got the war memorial just in the corner.
Yep.
That's
wow.
that's
You really must go.
that's exactly where the stage was set up, and it was awesome.
Sick.
Really good sound.
My business glands are salivating.
Okay, good.
Dim
good.
Sims, man. Dim Sims.
Good.
And a can of Coke. That's
I'm
it.
getting-
That's
I'm
the only thing on the
getting-
menu.
Speaking of Oakley, though, I missed
Tim
you.
Sims and a can of Coke.
I missed you down at the Oakley Market on Sunday. You really
I didn't.
must
I
go.
didn't get there this
I-
Sunday.
I noticed, and I was looking around, going, "He's got to be here."
I was gigging late night.
Mm,
Late night Saturday night,
okay.
and
I bought some plants.
well, yeah. So we've got Jezbot's just gone on to wholesale plantery.
I
I
was
think
saying
that's
that.
via you, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Plants.
Dintans.
Did sense?
I want to
Yep.
get down there, drop another thou.
Yeah, well, $1,000 worth of plants there is many, many plants.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That's what I
There's
really want.
What are we
well,
talking about?
what the average punter doesn't know is that when a landscaper quotes you for plants, he's quoting you a hidden 50% or 100% margin on
Okay.
I don't have to edit that part out.
Okay, sorry.
Big shout out to all the.
That's just business. That's just business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's you got your Oakley, and
What-
you
what-
got your Oakley festival
the
music
festival, yeah.
festival thing.
Mm-hmm.
What else have you? If you said to me,
Because
you've been
it's been a
doing
few weeks.
nothing.
Since you last potted.
Well, yeah, my life seems to revolve around. We're going through the series of Meg and Mog books. Do you remember Meg and Mog books from our
Little-
childhood?
Yeah, little
You
characters
know,
with
Meg
long hair.
Meg at sea. She was a witch, and she's got a cat, and they go on adventures.
Okay. Do
Um,
they look
Not,
like
Kitty
cousinette from Adam's Family? Are they like little?
no.
Is that the Mr. Man?
No.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
no.
Maybe.
So I'm reading lots of those at the moment.
How long does that take you?
Well, I probably dedicate about half an hour to story time at night.
What was the last book you read, Jezbot?
Flat Stanley. About a little boy who goes to bed one night and a big board that he has above his. It's a poster.
It's got lots of pictures in this
Falls on him.
Yep.
No bugger.
Squishes him, makes him flat. Do you know
Okay.
how he gets out of it? He blows himself up with a bicycle pump.
That's
And I
awesome.
reckon there's something in that for all of us.
Yep.
About life.
It's been done.
Yep.
What, blown up with a?
No, Flat Stanley. So,
I hear they're making a movie out of it.
Are they?
God.
No, they're not. Oh, they made Hungry Hippos.
Well, talking about movies, I've got a movie cover out there. Airplane,
Mm-hmm.
aeroplane, or plane. Right?
Okay.
So, the movie's called Airplane.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between an airplane and an aeroplane?
That's
Is there?
Someone
Or
might
is it
have.
just like how we say it?
Well, I've always said aeroplane, but I probably also say aircraft.
Aircraft. So it could be, if you say aeroplane, right? Aeroplane.
Yeah.
You're specifying that's aero.
Yes.
I think in order
Plane.
to take
So,
off, it
wait,
needs
a
to have
specific
certain
type-
aero
Yeah.
characteristics.
Yeah.
A specific type of plane.
Over there.
What?
You're right over there too.
So it's an airplane.
Mm.
There's no other plane. It's an air or it's
I-
an airplane or
I think it's
It's
going
not
to
a
be
plane at all.
Well, it's not a plane if it's not leaving the ground. So otherwise, it would be like a train or a bus.
so do you really need to put air in front of the word plane?
I think it might be
Or
a
aero.
copyright issue where someone else owns
The word
aero plane. as a
Aero
movie.
bars?
Yeah, maybe.
Aero bars, chocolate bars.
Well, there are
Actually, it's funny you should say that. That's the one note I have on my piece of paper here.
What's
It
that?
says candy bars.
It doesn't
Okay.
really.
Didn't you say so? Oh, well,
I
it's,
You did say something about a candy bar earlier. What were you
I
in
did.
saying?
relation to
I did,
the,
but,
secret movie.
Yeah,
business.
yeah. I didn't realise that we'd moved into
We
the...
haven't. We actually haven't.
Yeah.
We actually haven't.
Yeah.
But seeing as we've already segued.
Yeah.
I have had another interesting thing come up.
His earphones are gone. Hold on. We'll just put it.
I'm back. I have just graduated from a Chinese language and culture course.
Ah, okay. Well, say,
Yeah.
can you please direct me to the toilet?
I can't say that, but I can say
Isn't that the first thing you learn?
我是维州政府的, which means
Nice.
I am from the Victorian government.
I thought you were going to say, should I bring my spray jacket?
Yeah, it was very tailored towards
Making money.
government interaction. But I learnt gambe, which is cheers.
Okay. How
Pijiao,
long was this course?
spear. 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers, beer.
Just in
Great.
time, Dan, for that new. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? It's a little pocket translator, Wi-Fi free, and it's Chinese to English, English to Chinese, and French.
And does it work though?
It works. Well, the ad.
Does it work like Siri?
The ad will says it works.
Okay.
Because
So-
you know the Siri, when you're saying
Yeah,
something,
it doesn't work.
It takes you somewhere completely
You get
different.
into a lot of fist fights.
So because in other languages there's, if you don't put s or on the end of it, it completely changes the context.
Yeah.
So,
Well, in Chinese, it's even different. There's like 4 tonal values where you've got a flat, you've got a you've got a and you've got a
one's the question?
and one can mean dog, one can mean fuck you, one can mean
Right.
rice, and the other one can mean dick, and and they all sound the same to me.
So
and
that's
use
the-
those,
Like
use
chur,
those words.
chur, chur, chur.
Chur, xi, shun,
So
char.
that's the which,
Yeah.
which, and which. They're there and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they'd
yeah.
be saying the same thing.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
Yeah.
Oh
it
yeah,
does.
yeah.
You don't call me, but I don't call you. So
Mm. Mm.
it goes both ways.
Yeah.
The friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean that's languages for you.
Yeah, there you go. That's a catch up. Dan's I think we're caught up with Dan.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, we're
nothing.
caught up.
Nothing happens with
Well,
me
dude,
anymore.
you said nothing's happened. You've graduated this course. You've gone to a great gig. You have had a whole frustrations
but-
about cheap food or expensive food and
But what you're not acknowledging is that I haven't seen you guys since I last potted, and that was what, a month ago.
Yeah, 4 weeks ago. Yeah.
so 3 things have
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. So it sounds like my life's really full, but
Well, speaking of being full, are you full to the brim with the Walking Dead? I found out it was back on already. It's been
Yeah.
on for like 6 weeks.
yeah,
and
I'm fully up to date.
Yeah, I'm up for
I
Didn't
don't
know?
really feel like I kind of even want to anymore.
Oh,
It's
get
just
fucked!
still-
It's going to be the
No
crescendo to
spoilers,
this
no
season
spoilers.
is going to be
Off tits.
off
something.
tits, off tits. It's going to be big.
It'll be good.
Someone's tits are getting cut off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so no.
Are you up to date?
I'm up to date.
Yeah, it's good.
So is the vibe still going there?
Yes,
You're
yes, of
still-
course, of
Alright,
course.
alright,
There's
alright.
tension. There's
Yeah.
tension.
I've been
Yeah.
watching, rewatching for the 4th time. I've discovered
Fucking
it's not
Star Trek.
It's not Star Trek.
MASH.
It's not MASH. It's not Star Trek. I've got a new one that I've discovered. I keep watching.
Okay.
I'm up to season 5.
Growing pains.
Growing pains. What else you got?
Inspector Gadget.
It's not The Wire.
Angela, Mona.
Full
Who's the boss?
who's the boss over
It's
here?
not Who's the Boss. I'm at season 5 of 30 Rock.
Oh,
Apparently, I'll
okay.
watch that 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
You've seen it all.
Yeah, a few
Okay.
times.
All right.
Quite a few times.
Okay.
And I was
I just
sitting there
tape it off.
going, "Oh my god, it's another MASH scenario. It's another."
No, but we're in an era of we're in the Renaissance period of TV where
No.
where there's so many good quality series coming out, and
Yeah,
you're
I
rewatching
know.
30
It's like
Rock
that,
for the fucking 5th time. What the?
because
Why don't you try The Wire?
yeah,
You really should.
Uh,
It's put you off. You really should.
I'll get around to it. I'll get
Yeah.
around to it one day.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I've been thinking a lot about this week is
getting a job.
nah. I don't think I want to get a job.
Mm.
Got another Facebook post. Oh, maybe I'm not working, so I'm on Facebook the whole time.
Yep.
Underground cities, and it's the city of. It's in Turkey. It was discovered in 1969. A guy was just renovating his house, broken open a wall, and there was another room.
A cavernous room.
And the room led to a staircase, and then they went down the staircase, and it led to an underground city that had
Awesome.
been forgotten about for 1,000 years, and it's the Anyway, it's in Turkey. It's an underground city. It's Dikareka.
Just in case you want to go.
Decca.
That's right.
Jihad,
Underground
Jihad,
city,
Muhammad.
right? And so I got to thinking. Yeah, well, you can keep going with your
Please, no.
stereotypes and
Deckers.
Deckers. Yeah, so it got me thinking, right? They dated back to, 4 BCE, before Common Era.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
Is it?
It's not just BC anymore. Before Christ,
Yeah.
it's not
It's
before
Common Era,
Christ.
what,
Yeah.
CC?
In archaeology, they refer to it as before present, BP.
Oh, right.
Mm.
BP.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so massive tunnel system, rooms, enough for 20,000 people. stretches on to there's they reckon there's about another 200 of these things with tunnels.
And then
leading
what?
to tunnels.
Where's the main entrance to this place?
Underneath people's houses. So
And what the fuck was wrong with above ground?
well, it's
Seems
the
like a
marauders.
way less hassle.
Yeah.
It's the marauders. It's the
Okay.
rapists. They're coming through. It's the Spaniards. Now it's the
It's just so
bloody
this
Romans.
are we
Now
talking?
it's-
We're talking war type scenario.
well,
Hideaway.
hidey holes, man.
We're not talking New World Order war.
Well, we're
Okay.
going to get to that.
Well,
Underground.
Osama
Get to
liked
that.
caves and hidey holes,
Yeah.
and Saddam was found in a hidey hole.
Yeah, that was
And,
very, very tight, uncomfortable.
And
hidey hole.
they do often refer to like tunnel systems in Syria and the
And-
like. So
and
maybe they're just really good at digging holes.
We hung out at the tunnels all the time.
all the
We
time.
did.
Under
Didn't do much digging.
No,
Yeah.
pre-dug.
Mm.
But there's tunnels and there's bunkers, and we've been living. And the thing is, right, it doesn't work because these tunnels keep getting expanded. When the Romans come in and they find the hole, they find the entrance, then they get in there, and then they go, right, let's make it a little bit bigger. We'll make it more safe for the next marauders. Then the Mongolians come in, and then they find it.
I
and
like
then,
the idea of double the amount of real estate
Mm.
underground.
Mm.
So
oh, you were
in
talking
this,
about that, weren't you?
in this real estate.
No,
crisis-
last time it was about how much of the sky
Sky,
above do you
yeah.
own.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. No
Now
doubt.
we're going down. So
But
it's
I'm talking like whatever's underneath, preferably structurally sound.
Yeah.
Why not start a whole new city down there? I live at 662D something street, fake town. Like a sub underground kind of
Okay.
addresses. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Well, what is it in a building? It's B, isn't it?
yeah, basement
Basement.
one, and
Bas-
then you go into negatives.
So BB
Yeah.
Mm,
below basement.
okay.
Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
like it. I like it.
I like the new
BB
city.
Have you ever
BBC,
been to-
below
Let's make
basement
it more
Have you
city.
ever been
complicated.
to Cooper Pedy?
No, I
The
haven't.
the opal
Opal
mining
mines,
town.
Yeah.
and the
that's-
underground,
yeah,
their houses built into the rocks there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're underground.
Well, it's too bloody hot to go
Too bloody hot. Why the bloody hell would you live there?
Opals.
for the opals.
Opals.
It's Opal
All
Town.
about opals.
Opal.
You could just be digging at your wall, and an opal might fall out.
Yep.
You know, you're having a blue with the missus,
Yep.
and someone throws a cup at a wall.
Oh,
and then
look,
lo and behold,
opal.
Oh, look, love, it's a bloody opal.
I
I want
forgive
half.
you.
Let's stay together forever.
For the power of opals.
So anyway, bunkers, and it got to me thinking. Right, we were doing this before, modern times.
hmm
So we know that there's bunkers and hidden cities and whatnot now. How many?
I love it.
How many are there? Do we have a good bunker in Melbourne? Is there
Yeah,
a
I
Melbourne
wonder if there
bunker?
is some
Yeah,
Melbourne bunkers.
yeah.
There'd have to be. There'd have to be
Yeah.
some kind of war.
But you know the best thing about a
Strategic.
bunker is you don't know about it, right? Because they got bunker busters. The bombs that go through the ground, man, like levels.
Yep.
Levels, Jerry. So you got to go deep. You got to go deep. And just like, even New York, you really must go. Just all the
Good bunkers.
all the railways, man.
Mm.
There's layers
Yeah.
upon layers upon layers. So
Mm.
wow.
That's true.
So when wow. So when the mega apocalypse happens,
Yeah.
aliens come down. I don't know. There's a flood. There's meteors. Whatever. There's dudes in bunkers right now.
Mm.
And
So-
is that a that's a apocalypse destination?
Yeah, you really must.
Have you told us your apocalypse destination? Where are you
No.
going? Where are you going in the end? You ever thought about it?
Well, I sort of. Are we talking zombie apocalypse? Or are we
think
talking
I think
end?
we are.
Are we talking end of days? Because if we're talking zombie
Isn't that the same?
apocalypse,
No,
I
End of
wanna
Days
be-
is
I
the
wanna-
four apocalypse horsemen and
yeah,
stuff. Like
yeah, like
biblical
Death Star type
end of days.
Okay.
end of days.
Yeah, no, not Death
Yeah.
Star.
If
No
it's
surviving.
if it's a zombie apocalypse, I sort of feel like with all my education and training from Walking Dead that I'm across this shit. I reckon I'd be good.
You reckon you'll do
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah.
So you'll do all right where you're at.
No.
You're
I'll
not, there's no
become.
place you're going to go.
Well.
I think you're going to become very stabby. You know what I mean? Like,
In the
because
back.
if you've watched Walking Dead enough, you
Yeah.
know not to trust anybody. Just take them out straight away.
Well, you feel pretty desensitized to the whole idea of stabbing someone in the eyeball. Do you?
Well, after a few years of fending off zombies, the hordes of zombies, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
have you got a go-to place? Like, it happens.
My happy
But-
place.
No.
It involves a midget, a little person riding a unicycle,
Yeah.
huge titties, and jugs of beer.
That's exactly right.
I said Gels Park
Okay.
because good barbecue facilities.
Okay. Okay.
So you've
Something
got
for
fields.
the kiddies.
You got fields. You got some level of water. You got some
Yep.
kind of animal life there.
Yep.
No doubt.
Yep.
Tall trees you can climb up.
Vantage points.
Yep.
Perimeter.
Yep.
Have you got a?
Where would I
Don't ask
go?
you again.
Yeah. No, I need some time to think about that. Ask me again later in the show. And I'll
Okay.
get back to you.
Sure.
I think you're going to Cooper Petey.
Yeah, nah.
It's too hot. Too
Well,
bloody hot.
my-
Yeah,
People seem a little bit hostile or something.
You've been there.
Yeah, I've been there.
They don't want newcomers to come there the first day and then they find the opals. It's like when people are playing the
they're
slot
protecting
machines
their opals.
and they
Yeah.
you keep putting the money into the slot machine, which is the opal mine,
Yeah.
and then this newcomer comes to your bloody spot,
Yep.
puts in $1 coin and wins the bloody jackpot.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
everything's tattletools.
Yep.
Everything's gambling.
That's why you got to put a reserve on the machine when you
Yep.
go to the bar.
You line your coins up, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, something like
On the
that.
reserve.
Because if you've been working a machine all day and
Mm.
someone
That's what I'm
comes in
saying,
and
Tim.
wins,
This is
yeah.
like you can't. That's
true.
why they don't want newcomers at Cooper Petey.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, and hello, and thanks for listening to everyone in Cooper Petey. Check us out on turnstile digital.net.com.
Yeah.
Why don't we cut to a break?
All right,
Ready
Okay.
for a break?
Good idea.
Yep. Okay. Here we
and
Sam.
break.
Ah, what a hectic day. Belvedere, where are you? I've got your rat-tat kitty cat.
You're in for a special treat today, Belvedere. Rat-tat Kitty Cat now comes in Moorish endangered South American sloth and delectable white rhino tusk scrapings.
There you go, Belvedere. You do know how lonely I get, Belvedere. Let me gently comfort you.
Rat-tat kitty cat. Rat-tat kitty cat time.
Sounds great.
Need some.
Sounds like that food I was just talking about. Canned smoked oysters.
Yeah, which I can't say that I've ever tried before, even though I'm partial to oysters.
I'm on the pickle tip at the moment.
You love your.
This is all in preparation for the zombie apocalypse because
Yeah,
you got to eat everything out of a fucking can.
That's right.
Gotta be pickled.
Actually, that's got to be something in the name for tonight is about canned food or. Yeah, you wait for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
If you-
Apocalyptic
In a
eating
can.
food.
Another one in a can.
Yeah, you're into your pickled. What is it? The cabbage, pickled cabbage,
What
kimchi.
is it?
Sauerkraut.
sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Love
This
sauerkraut.
guy,
Yeah, me
All
too.
over it.
Me too. I'm with you.
really?
It's good stuff.
Pickle.
Yeah, and you can only ever buy
Gherkins.
sauerkraut in a huge jar,
Yeah.
which means you're compelled to eat large
You gotta
quantities.
go all the way as soon as you open that jar.
What is it?
But fermented food is the new super thing.
It's like
It's like
pickled-
quinoa of last year.
Forget quinoa. We're all
No,
done with that.
Oh,
We're
we're
done
on-
with that.
We're on
The
fermented
Koreans aren't, but
fermented food.
what is it?
It's
The chopped
Cabbage.
Up. It's
old
cabbage.
aged cabbage.
That's why it's in a large jar. But like we're
Yeah.
talking about the potatoes and the corn.
It's essentially
and cabbage.
pickled cabbage.
Cheap vegetable matter needs to be sold in large amounts. You got
But
your fish and
pickle.
you got your fish and chips. You've got your corn. It doesn't need to be in a small cup. You got your
But the
sauerkraut. It's gotta
Dandenong
be- it's
market.
gotta be
Tim
a thing.
Sims.
Too small.
Tim Sims.
Tim Sims.
We're
Tim
sold
Sims
on
in
it.
a jar?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's how we're serving them
Pickled Tim Sims.
Yeah.
in a jar. The steam one's in a jar.
It's got definite
What's that?
potential.
Mm.
Mm.
So let's get into
The
the
show.
show theme.
What's this, Tim?
The movie
Mm.
for tonight.
Yeah.
Little sneak peek in the preview intro music there. and whatnot.
Classic.
What usually happens?
We pick some scenes from the film that we like to remember from thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's different every
And,
time. I'm only asking because it's different every
yeah.
time. I love it.
We pick a scene and see if we can find some stories throughout our own brains
Lives.
and news articles relating to stories that
Yep.
are like the scenes
In
from
the
film.
movie. So art imitating life, life imitating art.
Something like that.
Something like
yeah.
that.
We chose a movie tonight.
Yeah.
Who chose it?
I did.
You chose it. So
Should I just say it right now?
No,
No.
don't. It'd almost be good if you did.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty obvious
I think
because
it's
as soon as
already-
we mention something, it's already. Is it? I haven't even said
I
anything.
think the little quote in the starting lineup this morning was this morning.
Does it feel like it's been that long? It's been
Yeah.
like 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's been like 40 minutes.
No, it was a well-known line
Mm.
from a pretty well-known movie, I would have thought.
I think out of the movies we do, this one's. I mean, if you haven't seen this one,
Well, no, we're still of a particular age, so
right.
you know, all those young'uns out there, we love you
might not
all,
know
but you wouldn't have seen this movie.
Yeah, they might not have seen
Nah.
it.
Right.
No,
And it's not going to get remade.
yet.
But
But Hollywood is fast,
They're just
fast
waiting.
running out of ideas.
They're waiting
That will
for
be
everyone.
remade.
Well, you got
Well-
to wait for the
Well,
main.
they
Have
movie.
you
remade,
noticed-
Vacation?
Yeah, didn't appreciate that.
No.
Have you noticed that they're remaking all of the old nursery, what do you call them, fairy tales?
Ah,
So there's a
yes.
new Beauty and the Beast is coming out.
because when they originally wanted to do those films, they didn't have the technology to do it, so they made it animated.
Yeah, but it's so dark. The stories are so dark
Good.
that the target audience, which are kids,
Mm-hmm.
can't see it. Like that movie
Oh, yeah.
Maleficent.
Yeah, yeah.
No, don't know if you've seen it.
No.
It's about
Angelina's Jolie's.
no, I think it's the other
That's her, isn't it?
Scarlett Johansson.
Angelina
No,
Jolie's
no,
I think it's Angelina.
Is it?
Magnificent.
Okay.
Angelica's Jolie's.
Well, I haven't seen it, but I did a quick scan of it to see whether or not it was right for a 3-year-old girl.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we've been reading about Maleficent and Princess Aurora at nighttime in storybooks.
Indoctrinating his daughters into the Disney. Anyway, go on. You're a good dad.
And,
At least you're reading to your kids, I guess.
and these movies are dark.
yeah, isn't it Hans Christian Andersen's?
Fucked if I know.
Aren't they really like?
I think they're
those-
just Disney, aren't they?
no Disney.
No, I think
Disney.
they're
No,
from
this is
the-
the
yeah, I
thing.
think
Disney
they're
don't.
already.
Disney
big
don't
games.
have any of their own characters really.
No, they're all
Like,
adaptations.
so yeah, like Pinocchio wasn't theirs.
Are you sure?
Yeah, man. Like all those Robin Hood isn't there.
Ricky Mouse wasn't theirs.
Mickey Mouse.
Ricky.
Oh, Ricky.
That wasn't theirs.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But it is pretty dark. Do you know what they're also? Do you know what they're doing?
Ronald.
McDonald.
It's not theirs.
Do you know what they're doing now? All the new werewolf movies. So all the old monsters.
Yep.
You got your werewolf. You've got your
Fangman.
guy, Fangman.
Vampire,
You've got
yeah.
guy from the Blue Deep
Who's
Lagoon.
Fangman?
Fangman's probably in there.
You got Frankenstein.
You've got Frankenstein.
You
all the
got-
old school
You got
monsters.
Dracula.
Dracula. See, that's not theirs. That's
Mhm.
not
That isn't
theirs.
it?
Well, Disney's not. Well, fuck, is Star Wars fucking Disney's?
That's theirs.
It is now.
It is now. They own it
Costs
all
a
away.
pretty penny.
But
You
tonight's
pricks. They were good movies, though,
film.
weren't they?
No, thank God. they
Tonight's
got-
film is,
Yeah, sorry.
Is not any of those.
no. It's a kind of takes us somewhere onto a golf course.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Let's just get it out there. It's a
Well,
golf course.
It's a golf course.
Mhm.
We've spent a little bit of time on a golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah. You golf, don't you?
I'm a periodic golfer.
Mm.
So periodic that my handicap has never lifted off the maximum. I think 27 or something is your maximum handicap, and I've never got anywhere near to removing that.
I've always wondered what you were like on the stroke.
I was thinking more about his big woods.
Are you able to get it directly into the hole?
sometimes it takes a couple of times,
Couple of swings.
couple of attempts, couple of tap.
What
Tip,
about
tip,
your? We've played golf.
I've,
We've all played golf.
Yeah,
golf
down,
before. So
down
what's
the
your?
Oakley, down
what's
the Oakley
your-
golf range. You really must go.
Yeah.
I was walking across the 18th hole and put my as I've put my hand up to scratch my ear or whatever. Just as I've done that, a ball hit me in the back of the hand, which was quite level with my temple, and like almost broke my hand.
Who was?
I know someone hit it, and because we were all messing around. By the time you get to the 18th hole, you're blind drunk.
Yeah.
Usually,
Well, you must have been drunk because there's only
is
9.
that the kind of game you play?
That's horrific. No, actually, no.
You take a 9-iron, you take a.
I think you must have been drunk because if you're at Oakley, there's only 9 holes, so you must have gone around.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because,
I was-
or it
9
just
holes.
feels
I'm
like
seeing double.
it just feels like that long, doesn't it?
Anyway, I'm on the 9th hole, and a ball hit me square in the back of the hand,
Mm.
which was, well, it was, I don't know why
Which was fortunate that it
was
wasn't.
very fortunate. It would have been a tragedy out there on.
Well, what ends up happening if you get a massive hit to the head, you end up becoming a serial killer or something.
Yeah,
Or you die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or you die.
Yeah.
There's only one.
But
option.
yeah, it's been a little bit of time. Oakley
golfing.
Oh, and golfing. Yeah,
Yeah.
used to do it.
It's I actually walk away from each golf game as long as I've hit one ball
Yes.
where I wanted to hit it.
Mm.
I'm satisfied. I'll
Same
go
here.
back and do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a dream about you last night, Daniel.
Okay,
Hitting a
tell me
hole,
all about it.
hole in one.
Okay. What
Because I
kind?
knew you were
what-
coming in.
What kind of
Oh,
hole?
you know what type of dream it was, don't you? But my experience with golfing is I got close to a hole in one at that same golf course.
Yep.
Very short hole.
Yep.
Very short hole.
Yeah.
But it almost went in. And apart from that, I've seen it's golf to me is more like a war zone.
Yeah.
It's more like Vietnam.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I think out of all the golf stories that I've heard, yours have been some of the more entertaining. That crash derby with the golf carts is always
I
bright.
must
bright.
admit, I've never been to a golf course that was so big it needed golf carts. That's a little bit too fancy for me.
Well, if you can imagine the golf course you were talking about earlier, Tim, that you walk around once and you're so blind drunk,
you double it.
you double it. Imagine a golf course that large, and you've got a drivable esky, essentially. And it is 18 holes, and it does take like 5 hours.
Yep.
It's
That'd be hellish
disaster
to look
zone.
after.
And it's work breakup time. This is why it's a war zone for me. And you get 25, 30 blokes all in buggies playing golf. It's I've seen wildlife being
Terrorized.
killed,
Right.
hit, and then killed,
Right.
Okay, that's pretty
strung.
horrific.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one incident with a golf ball going through the perspex window?
Yeah,
of
so
the,
that was the
you know, those
someone's-
unbreakable windows.
Yeah.
someone's genius. That was me, actually. The blindfold round they thought was a good idea to
that's
do.
not a good
Okay.
And my swing at the best of time, I slice. I do slice.
Yep.
I'll admit it.
Slice of life.
I'll take a slice of life. And so they line me up. I put the mask on, and my team members go, a bit to the left, bit forward, and I cracked this thing, got onto it, but it went pretty much somehow behind me
Right.
and straight through the perspex shield.
So
on
it
me.
had some drive on it.
I don't know how it's against the laws of physics, Tim.
Is it though?
I'd say this much, right? Golf and large amounts of men.
Mm-hmm.
The
Larger
summertime,
amounts of alcohol.
summertime at the end of work. It should none of those things should be together.
I know.
I saw stitches. I saw rolled buggies. I've seen buggies in ponds. I had to physically push a buggy off a dude that was drowning in a pond.
Right.
Yeah.
Good times. Who won?
It's
Not
never been
him.
me.
There's no winners. No winners in the end.
Uh,
Because in the film, the golf course has many pitfalls,
it does.
holes and critters and whatnot.
Yes.
You were saying animals earlier.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
In 1995, a boy at Carroll Fowler Elementary School in California caught a gopher on the playground. Not sure what
Those
to do with
damn
it. He brought it
gophers.
to the school's 3 janitors. They decided to kill it.
It went a fowler.
Because
Yeah.
in the film there is a hunting down of the gophers, trying to kill
sure
the gophers.
is.
Yeah.
I was actually convinced for many years after watching the movie that gophers were in fact furry toys.
How'd that work out for you?
You weren't a very smart boy, were you?
No. Now, they sprayed the gopher with 3 cans of freezing cleaner that they used to remove dry gum with. The
Okay.
gopher was still fine. They must be,
Hardy.
what are they? Are
They're
they,
like a rodent.
they're like a
kind of
rodent.
mammal.
They're
Yeah.
those teethy. They're like
Yeah.
a cross between a beaver and a rat.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah,
a
okay.
land-based beaver.
Okay.
A
while
lever.
the men
A
just-
lever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
A believer.
I like that one better.
While the men
Hmm.
decided what to do next, one of them lit a cigarette. Bad move. The freezing solvent they had been spraying was flammable. The explosion that occurred next sent all 3 men to the hospital
Mm.
and hurt over a dozen kids.
Mm.
How
Kids
many?
involved.
How
So they
many?
must have been spraying that stuff in front of the kids. Check it out, kids.
I always loved playing with aerosols as a
You're a
kid.
pyromaniac. Yes.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to say.
Yeah.
One hit to the head and you are a serial killer. But how many times throughout history has a lit cigarette fucked people up? Like,
I didn't think a lit cigarette was capable of starting
well, the
a
vapors.
fume-based
yeah,
fire.
Yeah. Vapors off
The
2-stroke.
vapors.
Doesn't take much.
Really?
Yeah.
Because there's I sort of looked up people killing gophers. I'm like, that was because it's in front of kids, so it's kind of like it must be just a common thing.
What
you
year
know?
was
Nah.
it?
It's not. They're not cane toads. I'm sure. I'm sure that they might even be like protected. You can't kill a gopher.
I don't think
Well,
it
what
would.
about this? I looked at a forum post about what to do, how to get rid of gophers, and people were posting up stuff, and I was a little bit shocked.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody said there were 4 holes in the yard all at once. I placed poison in one, a trap in another, a gas bomb in another, and a fast-flowing hose in the last one.
Okay.
I let the hose run so long I thought it was going to undermine my yard. Did it work? Question mark. No, the next day there were 5 new holes.
Yeah,
So
because they're smart.
And they dug
They're like
away.
they're like the Viet Cong, Tim.
Mm.
You know, air
Underground.
pocket. They know how to.
They'd have areas.
The water is not going to stop them.
So
Well,
then
it
the-
sort of ties into our underground city from earlier.
It does
They're
a bit.
very
it does,
good
It does.
at networks, tunnel networks.
Yeah, just keep
right.
them going. Don't stop digging.
Nah,
Never stop digging.
Why
nah.
can't we just live together?
Well, you don't want to.
Underground.
You don't want to shit where you sleep, or you don't want to sleep where you shit.
Yeah,
And
you,
eat where
you
you
So-
shit, and eat
dig
where
a
you
toilet.
So dig
Dig
a toilet.
Let that be
and
the lesson to
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone told me that if you hook up your propane from the barbecue
Mm-hmm.
to the holes, that will kill them quickly. I was afraid to do that. Thought it might blow up my yard.
Mm-hmm.
A little nod to the film there. Hey? And then somebody said I used to use cheap chlorine bleach.
Oh.
Pour a gallon down the last
Now
hole
we've
you
talked
think
about
they're
a gallon
using,
before.
Okay.
That's a lot.
and plug
Yes,
up the
it
holes
is.
near it. Just don't use it near any shrubs. Worked. Well, yeah, okay. Guess it'll kill the shrubs. Worked every time for me. Take a few gallons to finish
Yeah.
the job.
Not good for
Somebody
organic
says-
vegetables either.
Somebody else says, "Where does the bleach go?" Question mark. And then he replied. He came back and replied. Runs through their run. Chlorine gas was used during World War One. Soon breaks down into fertilizer.
Oh.
My grandfather taught me how to do this 60 years ago.
Yeah, because grandfathers back then really were
Yeah.
environmental.
Knew
Yeah.
all about World
And
War
he
One.
used to. He didn't use underarm deodorant. He used DDT.
That's right. That's right. I had a guy,
Chemical warfare.
a guy that we know well, and I won't name names.
Go on.
I won't. Changed my oil because I'm a real man and I do the service on my car. Yeah, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I am. Have
You
done
do?
that? I do
Okay.
that.
You change
I
your
did
own
last-
oil.
I changed my oil last time.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was pretty impressed with myself. But I
Yeah.
had all this,
Amazing.
had
You
all this
should be.
oil, and I was like, "What do I do with all this oil, man?" He goes, "Just dig a deep hole and pour it in there, and cover it up with dirt because that's where it came from. The oil came from the ground, and that's where it goes back to. And I went, I'm pretty sure that's
It's not refined underground.
how it works.
Yep. I think if you take it to the Waste Transfer Centre, they'll
Yeah,
take
they
it
do
for
it
free.
That's what I
Will
did.
they?
That's what I
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, if you bury it, that's free too.
Pour it down
Yeah.
the creek.
No.
Oh, you don't?
No?
That's
No.
not. Well, it came from the earth, so I'm putting
Yeah.
it back in there.
Into the
Yeah.
creek.
Yeah.
You bring
Yeah.
it back into the creek.
It'll find
though.
its way back into
Yeah.
the dirt.
But the thing
Eventually,
is
yeah.
that the engine oil that you've got in your car is synthetic.
Oh, yes.
Ah.
Mm.
Yeah, which is not natural.
No.
So we used to pack into our golf bags. We used to pack loads and loads and loads and loads of beer cans.
Yes.
Only enough space to fit in
2 clubs.
2 clubs.
Yeah.
A pitcher and a
But
putter.
the world's most expensive golf bag.
Mm.
How much would you?
Oh.
Golfers love their golf. Dan, let's
Yeah.
Do you want me to give you a little clue?
No clues.
No, I'll give you
All right, a
a
little clue.
brand. It's a Louis Vuitton.
Oh.
Well, it'd have to be.
My wife has a Louis Vuitton key
Ring.
ring
China?
holder,
Mm.
and she said it cost $500.
What?
And it's like, it's like a little mini key
Problem.
purse.
Did you
It's like
Like-
a little mini investment.
I
that down.
I said, well, fuck. Next time we can't afford our bloody mortgage
It just
repayments,
seems
we'll
like,
just
cash
just all these
converters?
circle key rings and stuff, and they're so expensive. The smaller that ring gets, till it fits on their finger, it tends to get more expensive.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, the tighter,
Yes.
the tighter my ring.
Mm.
tighter the ring,
Squeeze,
tighter the
yeah.
ring, the higher the price.
Yep.
The higher the price, the tighter my ring goes.
It's
Right.
just like Tim Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need it.
Okay.
So, price?
Oh, yeah, that's
Throw,
where
throw
we're
a
at.
number at me.
I would say $75,000 to $100,000.
Yeah, I would say Louis
yeah.
Vuitton. You're talking
You've shot very high. He's shot very high.
I always do.
Louis.
Shot very high.
I shoot high, Tim.
Okay, well, if he's gone high,
You
I'll
want
say.
people to buy it.
Well, I'm going to say 42,950.
Yeah, see, wait, Tim. You want people to buy it, but you don't want everyone to buy
It
it.
you
needs
only
to.
wanna-
It needs
you
to have
only wanna-
exclusivity.
Okay,
Right.
all right. So it's affordable for rich people.
Okay.
But rich people can afford $75,000 to $100,000 for a Louis Vuitton golf
Yeah, but
bag
this is
full of
just-
golf clubs.
Think of it like a
Okay,
bloody
let's just
phone
say-
cover.
Let's
20
just
grand,
say
20.
10
10,
grand.
10.
10 grand.
You got it. 10 grand.
Boo.
Oh, boom.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boom.
You're saying boo and you're saying boom.
I'm saying boo.
Okay.
That's not expensive.
It's
But you
pretty,
can buy a
it's pretty expensive.
I mean,
you
I
can
don't
actually,
have the money.
I looked online. You can buy a replica golf bag from the film.
Okay, cool.
Right, the one that
Oh,
we
the one
see
that shoots
in
the
film.
clubs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
awesome.
Shoots the clubs up. Has a water dispenser. That retails for $269.95 plus $20 shipping. But you got a little bit
Let's
of
get it.
movie memorabilia.
Yep.
Let's get
I want one.
We should get one.
It's currently in stock. It says.
Okay, cool.
As soon
Features?
as
What features does it have?
it's ready to set, it's got a 10-inch top,
Yeah, and it's got a club ejaculator.
multiple pockets for
Ejector?
storage. Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Uh,
What does it do?
what did you say? What's your first?
Ejector? It ejects the clubs.
Yeah.
It doesn't ejaculate the clubs, does it? I'm pretty sure that's a different golf bag.
Yeah,
yes.
it's a different kind of bag.
Yeah, it is.
It has powerlifting beverage tap,
Okay.
TV and DVD stereo,
Cool.
2.5 gallon beverage tank with cooler.
Yep.
That's 14 litres of, I think a gallon, 7, is it 7 litres?
I thought it was like
What is a
4.
gallon?
4?
What's a gallon
Thought
of
it
carrot
was-
juice?
Can't remember.
Well, it's
Can't
the
remember.
imperial things are all arse about, but I think it's like 4.5 or something.
What
but-
would it be?
You keep going. I'll look up what
Club
a gallon
launch
is.
remote.
Yeah,
So
I
you
like
can
it.
get 9
like-
and I'll go. whoosh.
Yeah, like Star Wars.
Sounds dangerous.
Like the little guy in Star Wars with the
And removable rechargeable
Okay.
battery. There's a little diagram of it. It's been patented, so somebody's seen the film.
Yep.
And then gone said, "That's it.
Okay.
We're making them exactly the same."
Okay.
Patented.
But it's in
patented it.
stock. It's in stock, so
Yeah.
that he's not.
It is in stock for $269.95.
And just a quick
plus
update:
$3
a
shipping.
gallon is 7385.412 millimeters.
Milliliters.
That's right. Milliliters.
What's a milliliter?
No, it's not less than a kilo. Less than a liter.
A gallon.
A gallon.
One gallon?
Is what? Is equals what in liters?
3 point... It's almost 4 litres.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's
I think
quite
we
a
said
bit.
about
3785.4212.
No, bezel.
But you've been to New York.
Yes.
You really must go.
We got to stop. We got to stop saying that.
Don't you get like a gallon big gulp cup with your
there were some
your
big,
Maccas?
big cups going on.
Yeah.
But I found Macca's
no
over
lid.
there was just absolute plebby, like what it should be here.
Okay.
You know, so you go, look, let's just go grab cheeseburger, and because we're in America, let's go grab a cheeseburger from
Sure.
Macca's, right? Let's go.
Birth of
It was plebby.
Okay. Damn it.
Yeah,
What do you
the
mean?
lowest of the low. So here
Because every
they-
shop sells hamburgers. So
It is, and they're like it's over there. It's the pure definition of fast food. Do you know what I mean? So as trashy as you would think it should be here, it is there.
Are you saying to me
that we've got high end.
We've got a high end version
a
of
McDonald's cheese...
Macca's.
A
Okay.
McDonald's... A Macca's cheeseburger in Australia does not taste like a Macca's...
No, they taste the same. They taste the same, except you go into Macca's here and it's like,
Clean.
oh, fresh food,
Nice.
fresh food options.
Yeah, or do you want Swiss cheese, or do you want Parmesan, or do you want?
cafe, all that kind of stuff, and all this kind of exactly. Then you hear that sound,
But then you
that
go
triggers.
there,
Yeah.
and it's...
In America, it was like, whoa, this
Okay.
is plebby.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't know what my point was.
Burgers are good, I think your point is.
They were great. No, in New York.
Yeah.
What was it? What was your question?
About the gallon, but the gallon thing was unrelated to what you were
No,
talking
there was
about.
that. Then they were serving very large drinks.
And we're way off because the gallon was ages ago.
Yeah.
It was a very
Yeah,
long time
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
So also researching the film,
Mm.
I found that every time we do this, we pick a movie,
Yeah.
something has just happened. So we did Blues Brothers,
Mm-hmm.
and the
The shopping
shopping
centre
shopping
had
mall
just
had
been.
just been sold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a piece of this film, which I
Mm.
can't say what it is yet,
Oh,
history,
God.
is now for sale as of November 2016, which is like, let's just say
That's now.
that's now-ish,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
now enough. The yacht owned by the lead character in the film, which I can't say.
It's like such a big secret, isn't it?
It's such a big secret. Basically, it's being sold for $129,000 right now.
It seems like a reasonable price for a yacht.
It is, but it's the actual one they used in the
Two happiest days
in the
of
movie.
two happiest days of a man's life. The day he buys the boat and the day he sells the boat.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
Haven't come across that one before,
No,
but
no.
thanks.
It is.
Okay.
Never buy a boat.
Why?
Ever.
I would like to buy a boat
Why?
because I would like to.
Dude, you can barely get down to Oakley to see a free live gig.
Doesn't matter.
When are you going to go down to into the bay?
If the topic of boats came up in general conversation, you could go. I've got a 50-footer parked down at Mornington. I think that would be good.
Yeah,
All they've got to do
it's
is
out of fuel.
all they've got to do is look at your wife's key ring and go, "This guy's got look at the key ring." she's
That's
got."
it. Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
right. That's all you
yeah.
actually really need, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Subtle watches and you know.
Mhm.
Because you know, Mum, when they went over to Rome, you really must go, and she was wearing fake, which is faux, FAUX,
Mm-hmm.
jewelry,
Del Monte,
Del Monte green opaly kind
Yep.
of
Yep.
fake
gems,
fakery.
and she went into one of the high end dealers over there,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Ooh, I love you." It was all about her jewelry, and it was fake,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Maybe he was trying to do a long con.
I
There's
can't
a
remember-
long con in there somewhere where
Mhm.
he's going to sell because he's got plenty of Del Montes underneath the counter.
Well,
And
But
as,
you can
if
just get you can
she's-
just get away with it. You can
if
just get away
she's
with it.
paying
Yeah,
off,
I think-
Drape
you
yourself.
guys.
I think-
I've
I
got the scam, and you don't
I
even
think,
wanna-
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
for men
There
who
is a
have all
loophole there.
who have all invested heavily in diamonds for our other halves, I think there's a lot to be said for cubic zirconium.
But I would say that, in my opinion, if I saw somebody with a really expensive diamond earring or like a super duper Louis Vuitton
Yep.
keyring, I would assume that was fake before I thought it was real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a Bolex or a Strap
Yeah.
kind of watch.
Yeah.
You know.
Or a Louis
So-
baton.
So yeah. so I would say that the keyring that cost $500,
Yeah.
I would assume that that's not real.
Okay.
So I would have little to no respect for its value. You know what I mean?
Can I loop right back to the bunkers? Because I know, Dan, you were saying,
Wow.
yeah. If you've got,
It's a stretchy connection.
It is. It
Sure
is.
is.
If you've got this keyring, the watch, the earrings, and all this stuff,
You need somewhere to put it.
you need somewhere to hide because you're the 1.111% of the 1%ers or whatever.
Mhm.
You are going to need a safe room. Now, Dan, you were telling me
Just get a safe.
you're
Well, we're going to start talking. Fuck. You seen Panic Room?
Sure.
Yeah, I was only yesterday. I'm not sure how we're even tying this in.
no, because I remember you said it. I remember you said it, but it's like it's not golf, but it's
Yeah, it's not that one, but it's that
But
one.
I remember. Go, just please.
Oh, well, just there's nothing really to tell other than just I had this random conversation with a company who is kicking goals in safe room construction.
Really?
Yeah, and taking it to the world, and apparently it's a growing market because
So would you say panic room, terrorism panic room?
well,
Because like what terrors face
No,
us?
it's what I'm
in order
saying.
to have that kind
it's
of
the
room.
1%ers. When the shit goes down, the 99% are going to rise up against the people who have the earrings and the Louis Vuitton golf bags, right?
Mhm.
And you are going to need somewhere to hide. If
I
you're the
would say
top
just
1%,
hide
the
your stuff.
poor are going to rise up.
yeah, but if you
against-
got that kind of shit, you want to show it, don't you?
Yeah, I think
People
so.
don't buy Ferraris to fucking.
But it's not
You
the
want
80s.
people
Hide
to
them in
think,
a-
It's not the
hide them in
80s.
a
you
You want-
garage.
want people to think the keyring's real.
You want people to
That's
think
what you want.
you're poor.
Actually, speaking of Ferraris, I was driving down the Monash last night and passed a Ferrari that was pulled over in the middle of Monash Freeway, sort of on the dirt with two blown out tyres. And I thought,
I love it.
Back to golf.
Are you a betting man? Do you ever have you been into the casino and done all that kind of business?
I've bet once in the casino. I went up to a roulette table, put $5 down, my one chip on Black 17, and it didn't come up as Black 17, and I walked off. Yeah,
That was in.
that was
I think
basically.
I think we've all.
Yeah.
We covered
Yeah.
that.
Because there's a lot of people that have actually bet on golf events. And I always thought that when I was betting that you could, in theory, put a small amount and win a big amount. But
Mhm.
it really comes down to how much you invest in your bet, which
Yeah.
yields the returns. But
Right,
I
yeah.
did find a lot of people that have done it the way that I thought it was going to be done. Put in a small amount of money for a massive amount of return.
I bought a
Bet on
quick
the,
pick for the $21 million draw this Saturday.
How'd you go?
Well, it's this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Oh wait, I'm gonna your mind.
I am gonna
I'm
win.
Futuristic. He doesn't win.
No.
Mind.
I'm feeling very positive about this ticket.
Because there is a bit of betting going on in the golf games in the film,
Mm.
which is
Mhm.
which is the tie in there. A sports bettor, Australian guy named Brett, cashed in on a parlay bet combining horse races and last year's Master Golf tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Shelling out, he put $250
Oh, he's got.
in, and because it was on both of these things and he won both of them, he walked away with $213,000.
Awesome.
I bet you that money is gone.
But I still
Yeah.
wouldn't ever have the guts to put $250 bet on anything.
No,
I don't think I would ever go that far.
I used to work.
He's got a problem. That
I used
guy.
to work in for a automotive manufacturer, and my fellow partner in crime in the planning office. we used to put a multi on every morning, and the multi would comprise of 10 legs, maybe four NBA games, maybe 2 NHL ice hockey games,
Curling.
It's like a sports salad.
maybe some sports salad, maybe a couple of AFL games, and we would then spend the rest of the day watching the results roll
Instead of
roll in.
Yeah.
So it just added a bit of spice to our day.
And what?
That's
So
good.
it's
And-
what, you're a buck in, or what? Is
No,
it
no,
big
we used
money,
to
or
we used to put $10 in. $10
that's
bucks,
your
but
entertainment for the day.
$10 between us. But the potential payouts every time we got 10 of these legs in was like $200. So you just never had to put any new money in. You just kept putting $5 in each every day, and every sort of 10th time you'd win,
Okay.
and it would be self-sustaining. But you never make any money.
No.
No,
It's
well,
just
Instead
about
of working.
it's just something to do instead of working.
yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
One of the smallest bets on a horse race. I know this is not necessarily golf, but it's a bet.
Not really.
We're talking about
Betting.
bonching in a lot of things
We
together.
are bonching a lot.
It was on a horse race and produced one of the biggest returns for one lucky female punter.
Mm-hmm.
The newly signed up Sportsbet customer, there's a little bit of a plug, placed 8 cents on Green Moon, Fiorente, Jacoberry, and Collini.
What?
These are the names of
Oh, yeah,
horses, I
okay.
think. To fill the first 4 places in the 2012 Melbourne Cup, and got it spot on. Right?
Shiver me
The
timbers.
miraculous bet returned $77,000 at odds of 969,000 to 1.
Awesome.
Shiver.
So like, it's $1,000,001, and she fucking did it.
She put in 8 cents.
She put in $1.92 on a variety of combinations with her 8-cent bet on the four place getters producing the goods. So it cost her 8 cents, right? And she got $77,000 off it.
I think someone might be signing up for a sports bet again.
I think we all need to start gambling right now. If you're
I
out
am
there,
gambling.
just if you're out there and you're listening, you have a gambling problem, don't forget to just call up Gamblers Help on.
Because you've seen that happen on TV several times, haven't you?
Yeah,
Isn't that
yeah,
a reoccurring
So,
nightmare of yours?
Just, yeah. I
Plus
don't know.
they do a sports bet ad followed closely by
Yeah, they'll do.
sports bet ad.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
do that. You'll be watching the grand final, and then they'll go bet, sport, bet, and then they'll go stop betting, stop
Yeah.
sporting.
If you need
Yeah.
help,
Yeah,
if
we
you
need
need
help,
help
yeah,
with
yeah,
this,
yeah.
start betting. But
Yeah.
by the way,
Keep betting.
yeah, brought to you by a sports bet.
Yep. Sign up
Um,
now and you get a $50 bonus.
Yeah.
So
Does sound like
I also try to look up in theme to the thing golf course fires
Yes.
or explosions.
Yep.
Couldn't find any.
Okay.
Didn't happen.
Okay.
For the love of God.
I did find a golf club in Melbourne, Melbourne's #1 social golf group called Explosion Golf.
And
But I just kept finding like a recurring thing was all the good stuff that I could use in relation to this film
yeah,
were Australia or Melbourne related.
okay, because we love our
Oh,
crazy
the
golf.
Melbourne, it's the Melbourne.
I'll tell you
Cup.
why. We have a lot of golf courses. There's a
I'm just
shitload.
wondering whether if you do a search on the internet, it says you're in Melbourne. I'm just going to give you stuff that's localized, and then
Yeah,
it goes
okay.
out in a spiral. So if
Yeah.
I was in America, it would spiral out from American.
It's not going to go
stories.
straight to Melbourne stories about golf
So
courses.
do I need to go on to the black
like
internet,
the dark web?
dark web, the
I
black
think so.
web?
I think I don't know. Like,
Or do you put a
if
VPN
when
in
we're
or
when
something?
we're researching things, research in inverted commas, I think you got to go further than just looking up Google.
Yeah.
I think Google's the.
So Danoz, we'll just catch up there because you just ducked out for a quick phone call and whatnot. We're talking about the internet. It's the information kind of spirals out from Australia, and then they get kind of world news. Is that detecting my locality? Do you think?
The internet knows everything. Yes, it knows exactly what you're doing right now. In fact, there have been reported cases that your webcam built into the top of your unnamed computer brand with an Apple symbol on it
Flippage dicks.
is going to be watching you.
That's why I've got blue tack stuck over my
Okay.
camera.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do that as well.
Because I watched, I watched
Conspiracy theories.
no, I watched bloody Mr. Robot.
Okay.
You know,
Wise. Good series.
It is.
It's not too bad. It's not too
Abandon fucking 30 Rock and try that one
Yeah.
on.
I have watched.
Yeah,
I've watched.
dickhead.
What happens, guys, is they drip feed all these shows, and so you watch your half an hour my stories. I watch my story, and then it's over for another week, and I've got like another 5 hours before I go to bed, or 4 hours. I want to watch a few other things.
that's true.
And
That's
then what am I going to watch? Oh, okay, I'm up to date with. Man, I'm watching Comic Book Men. I'm watching Simpsons. I'm watching all the things, but
Okay.
it runs out.
Okay.
Shows only go for 22 minutes.
What do you want to?
Have you seen The Night Of yet?
No,
You
this
ne-
is going to
you-
become a movie.
No, you need to.
podcast.
You
Is
need
that-
to
is
see
that-
that.
How many?
Is that
Today on the show, we're going to make Stefan
Stefan Ongeriza. How many golf courses do you reckon are in Melbourne?
I'm
Oh,
gonna say
shitloads.
Victoria. I'm
Mm.
going to say. I'm just going to throw a number out there.
Yeah.
186.
Oh, he shot for the moon.
I was going to say slightly less than that at
Okay.
about 122.
Danoz, you've got it, mate. It's 135,
Okay.
apparently,
Okay.
according to this golfmelbourne.com.au.
Yep.
Melbourne Golf Directory.
Well, can we reveal dealer's choice? What did you choose?
Well, I chose because when Tim
We
calls me,
didn't drain the pool.
Oh no, we can do that.
that
Let's
was
reveal
the
movie
candy
and then we'll
bar.
just talk
That
about
was
that.
Okay.
okay. So when Tim calls me, to go, what movie are we going to do? I go back into my brain hole and think of the movies that we
First
watched.
comes into your mind.
And the first thing that came into my mind, your mind, was Caddyshack.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's one of my favourite movies.
So,
Yeah.
and then we were going to explore the 10 reasons why you should drain your pool.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that
what the
tied in-
fuck ever happened to Polywaffles?
What
Yeah.
did happen to Polywaffles?
Well,
'Cause
that's what that
was
note was, and that ties it all back into
the chocolate
candy bars.
candy bars.
Mm.
Ah.
What happened to Polywaffles?
I think they still are out. That was
I don't
that
think
was a
so.
marshmallow-based chocolate-covered waffle.
That
Kind of
looked a little bit like poo.
Yeah, floats. I think it got its image got taken by Picnic, right?
No, not
Picnic is
Picnic's trying to steal.
Picnic is sort
no,
of
it is a bit
Picnic is taking Polywaffle's stick.
turd-like. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Well, when push comes to shove, any chocolate bar actually has a similar sort of presentation.
Anything with nuts and brown. I thought you were going to say the Polywaffle after the movie. The Polywaffle's reputation was tainted.
I see what
Bill
you're
Murray
doing
was still willing to take a bite.
there. Part of it.
I don't think he quite enjoyed it.
I must admit, I did move into my house. There was an in-ground pool here,
Mhm.
and I drained the pool because I wanted to start fresh. I don't know. I have actually had many people.
How did you drain your pool?
With
Buckets?
No, just set up a pump.
Okay.
Pretty easy, mate.
Besides,
But I've had many people in the area that are older now that used to party at this house with the previous owners.
Pete the Plasterer. He came to do
Pete the Plasterer.
Yeah.
Gary Greyballs.
down the
Gary,
road there.
Gary Glitter.
And
Yeah, right.
oh man, I had some good memories of your place. Lost my virginity in that pool. Drained.
That was Pete, yeah?
Probably.
Yeah, it was. I remember that story. Like, and-
crazy party there. I lost my virginity in your pool. Oh my god.
shut it down.
Yeah, that's it. And they say that if you pour like milk into somebody's pool, there's no way, no chemical or anything that you can do to clear it.
Okay.
It's like one of those prank things, you know. You chuck the detergent in the
fountain.
fountain and
Yeah.
it bubbles up. Everybody gets a little bit chuffed by that.
Bubble,
Okay.
bubble, toilet trouble.
You
Tim.
can't purify
rid
the
of
water
milk.
from milk.
I don't believe that.
Let's do
What
an
if-
experiment.
No, let's
What
not.
if-
Let's not do it.
what
It's
if-
taken me
what-
16 years to get that fucking pool clean.
What are filters for?
What are filters for?
It's for I think the filters are mainly for sticks,
Can we have a Mythbusters segment
for pools.
for pools?
We'll look that up on YouTube after this. And
or
prove
we
me
could
wrong,
just-
Marge. Prove me wrong.
Let's choose a
Gr-
subject that isn't a P word. We're all popping
So you
the
don't
P's.
have to.
That'd be terrible.
Mine doesn't seem to pee. Pop.
Meh. That was
I mean, it's just why do I always have the rickety microphone?
You're a rickety kind of guy.
Yeah.
Well, that was the movie.
That was the movie,
Yeah.
Caddyshack.
I did hit the Pfeffernuss.
You did. What have you got? You got anything for Pfeffernuss?
No, just wanted to shut you up.
Yeah, I just wanted to press the Pfeffernuss.
I don't. No, I don't think I've got anything.
Nothing
for
that we need to
Not really.
correct. Did you have a correction from last episode? I think you were saying to me on the phone earlier.
Oh, I
Did you
was
come up with that, or-
listening to your pod with Clarky.
Thank you. Someone did. Good.
And I just had the perfect opportunity to give you some shit. And I went, I've got to remember that. I'm going to rib him.
Have at it, man. Lay it on me.
No, I can't remember.
Damn it.
Can't
Dang
remember.
it. Well, you have to listen to the episode again, and I would strongly recommend everyone out there do yourselves a favour, and why not listen to Escape Pods?
Listen to some of the back
Previous
episodes.
episodes, yeah.
Previous episodes.
Mhm.
I was just trying to get my announcer on to wrap it all up because I can hear it just in my. What's that?
That
sound?
music
What
is
that sound?
coming
What's that
up.
smell?
That's my. That's
What's
my
that smell?
armpit.
Do you see something? So what?
it's good.
Turnstile Records would like to.
.net.au. Turnstile Records would like to thank everyone for listening and welcome to our new listeners. Well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. No.
You go. You
Sure,
go.
yeah,
You
no,
have a
no,
crack
no,
at
I
it,
just
Tim.
said,
You-
yeah, okay.
You go.
TurnstileRecords.net presents. No, that's not how we do it. We go.
.net.au.
No, here from Turnstile Records
Well,
Studios, we'd like to thank you for listening to tonight's show. I have been Timmy Taco.
I have been Jezbot Gonzalez.
And I am always Danoz.
One pod left, and the three of us.
The escape pod. The escape pod.
What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape puzzle says really nice.
Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should look out. Goodbye.